In the midst of the horrible revelation that thousands of Indigenous children died in residential schools across the country, and during one of the more turbulent political moments in recent Canadian history, Canada just named its first Indigenous Governor General, Mary Simon. Naming Mary Simon to the position of Governor General is not only an important step towards reconciliation with Indigenous peoples across the country, but is also an opportunity to fill this role with someone who has been an important part of shaping the country and has had an important impact on the lives of Inuit people around the world. So who is Mary Simon? Let's find out. Mary Simon was born on August 21, 1947, to Bob Martin May and Nancy May in Kangiwalusuuak, Nunavik, in northern Quebec. Her father, Bob, was a fur trader with the Hudson's Bay Company, and her mother was Inuk. Simon attended the Federal Day School in Kuyuak, which was then known as Fort Chimo. As a result of this experience, which was similar to what was experienced by the children who were forced to attend the residential schools, Simon was denied many educational opportunities that were available to non-Inuit children in Quebec, including, notably, learning the French language. Following her completion of 6th grade, Simon would be homeschooled by her father. Upon the completion of her education, Simon would join the CBC Northern Service, where she worked as a producer and announcer. She would work with the CBC for a number of years. However, feeling that she was unable to adequately express her personal and political views, Simon would leave the CBC to join the board of directors of the Northern Quebec Inuit Association, an organization that supports the Inuit rights and interests in Nunavik. In 1978, Simon was elected as vice president of the association, now renamed the Makivik Corporation. She would go on to become the organization's president and held this position until 1985. During this time, Simon became involved with a number of other organizations, including Canada's National Inuit Organization, the Inuit Tapiriit Kanatami, as well as the Inuit Circumpolar Council, or ICC. Simon would leave the Makivik Corporation to become president of the ICC in 1986. While in this role, Simon worked to obtain approval from the Russian government to allow Russian Inuit to participate in the ICC. These efforts were ultimately successful, and in 1987, the Russian government agreed to allow Russian Inuit participation in the 1989 ICC General Assembly in Alaska. During this time, Simon was also one of the senior Inuit negotiators involved in the work done to repatriate the Canadian Constitution.
And yet we're talking about a fundamental right.
I wish you and your sisters would take it out of your head that somehow we're deliberately trying to frustrate the concept of equality. At least in the law, everybody is assured here that we are not. You know, in a sense you're equal when you think you're equal. And if you think you're unequal, the law won't change much. Simon?
Mr. Prime Minister, I consider myself an equal. I am an Aboriginal representative that represents both male and female persons in northern Quebec. And I've always tried to be very unbiased towards who I represent, because I feel that as people we have one interest, and that is our collective and individual rights. And all I'm saying here is that as someone that represents both sides, I'd like to see the equality clause once and for all settled. And it's now 3:35, and I don't see how we can go on much longer with this.
In 1993, Simon served as a member of the Nunavut Implementation Commission and co-director and secretary to the Royal Commission on Aboriginal Peoples. In 1994, Prime Minister Jean Chrétien named Simon as the first Canadian ambassador for circumpolar affairs. In this role, Simon was responsible for creating an 8-country council, which is now known as the Arctic Council and includes Canada, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and the United States. She held this role until 2003. During her time as Ambassador for Circumpolar Affairs, Simon held a number of other roles, including Ambassador to Denmark from 1999 to 2001, Chairperson for the Joint Public Advisory Committee of the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, from 1997 to 1998, Chancellor of Trent University in Peterborough, Ontario, and Counselor for the International Council for Conflict Resolution with the Carter Centre. From 2004 to 2005, Simon worked with Prime Minister Paul Martin to conduct follow-up sessions following the release of his government's report, Canada Aboriginal Peoples Roundtable on Strengthening the Relationship on Health, Lifelong Learning, Housing, Economic Opportunities, Negotiations, and Accountability for Results. During this time, she also worked as a special advisor to the Labrador Inuit Association on the Labrador Inuit Land Claims Agreement. In 2006, Simon would begin the first of 2 terms as president of the Inuit Tapiriit Kanatami, and she would use her time in this role to advocate for health and education issues in the North. Mary Simon is an impressive woman who has done incredible work for Inuit people around the world, and for both Indigenous and non-Indigenous people across the country. As a result of this impressive service, she has been awarded a number of awards, including the Order of Canada, the National Order of Quebec, the Gold Order of Greenland, the National Aboriginal Achievement Award, a gold medal from the Royal Canadian Geographical Society, and the Simons Medal. Simon has also received honorary law degrees from McGill University, Queen's University, Trent University, the University of Guelph, and the University of Alberta. At the time she was named Governor General, Simon held a position with a number of important boards and associations, including the European Space Agency and a number of Inuit groups from around the world. On July 6, 2021, Mary Simon was named Canada's 30th Governor General.
Canada is a place defined by people who serve those around them, who tackle big challenges with hope and determination, and above all, who never stop working to build a brighter tomorrow. In other words, people like Mary Simon. Frankly, we need more leaders like Ms. Simon in high office, people who understand what it means to take on real issues and create positive change. And that's exactly what brings us here today. This morning, I can announce that on my recommendation, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II has approved the appointment of Ms. Mary Simon as the 30th Governor General of Canada.
The Governor General is the Crown's representative in Canada, and while it is largely a ceremonial position, its position in modern Canadian society has been criticized, with many pointing to it as a legacy of colonialism. Placing an Indigenous person in this role is one way, perhaps, to reduce the colonial nature of the position. When asked whether she saw it as an issue that she would be named to be the Crown's representative in Canada, Simon responded that she did not see it as a problem, stating, "When I was asked whether I would take on this important role, I was very excited, and I felt that this was a position that would help Canadians together with Indigenous peoples." Once again, it would seem that Simon is ready to take up the cause of Indigenous people, this time in a role where she can work to help in the important work of reconciliation. If the goal is genuine reconciliation for this country, then it would seem there is no better choice for Governor General than Mary Simon. Thanks for watching this first episode of our Impact Makers series, where we look at the Canadians who shaped our country and the people working to make it better every day. Let us know in the comments if there are any Canadian impact makers you'd like to see next on the channel. If you like this video, subscribe for more like it. See you next time.